if you feel like you're thinking about drinking more than you actually want to, then this is for you. If you are a woman out there, just like I was, that is spending a crazy amount of mental load, mental tug of war, thinking about drinking, thinking about not drinking, thinking about drinking, it's a crazy loop. One of the best things that you can do is just begin to go, okay, I recognize that closer to the evening, closer to 5 o'clock, closer to the event, closer to whatever, I'm going to have mixed emotions about drinking. I'm going to want it more. I'm going to want it less. I'm going to start naming it. So your brain is trying to solve for relief. So when there's stress, and it's stressful to negotiate your relationship with alcohol all the time. I know it is. It's stressful. It's kind of like a part-time job, but you don't get paid. It is like a part-time job being a drinker, because if you really think about it, you've got to think about getting the drink, think about not getting the drink, then getting the drink, then drinking the drink, then recovering from the drink. Oh my gosh, I have added up the hours. It's about 5 hours per drinking session that you have all in for buying it, thinking about it, doing it. It's really longer than that, because I don't know if you ladies know this, but I'm happy to tell you some science. The actual increased cortisol in your body lasts for days. Like if you drink tonight, you're going to have higher cortisol in your body Sunday, Monday. Yeah, right. You thought you could just be like a weekend binge drinker, like a weekend warrior. Yeah, well, you're going to pay for your weekend all through the middle half of the week. And then by Wednesday, that's why it's Wine Wednesday, right? Everyone's like, oh my gosh, I'm so over it, because of the thinking. It's exhausting. So we get stressed, our brains scan for reward, and alcohol, ding, ding, it's familiar. Remember, I just talked about how our brains are constantly looking to automate, to bring us on autopilot so we can spend more of our energy and bandwidth being in like problem solving mode and stress mode. So our brain is thinking it's doing us a solid, like it's doing us a favor by going, no, you drink every night. Don't worry about it. You always drink at a networking happy hour event. Don't worry. We don't want your brain to overtax. So you always drink when you're stressed. Your brain is looking for, again, familiar path of least resistance, using the least amount of energy. So when you're asleep in your own life, like I was for years, you don't have as much cognitive dissonance, but you're also not fully living. You're not fully alive. It's when you're starting to wake up in your own life, when you're starting to say, hey, this isn't working for me anymore, that you actually have more mental load. And that's why being connected in a community like ours is so important, because you need like-minded sisters to help you offload that mental load by connection. By literally connecting inside our tribe, you're able to offload a lot of that mental load, because it's not just swarming around in your head like it was mine, where you're just going in this crazy loop and nobody knows about it. Nobody cares, right? Because you're not telling them. In our sisterhood, we do care. And we do understand. You've got an incredible amount of type 1 understanding here. Type 1 means I get it. I get it too. Like that happened with me. It's not like I'm over here telling you something I don't know about. Oh, I know about it all too well. So that's the first thing I would want to say is, again, alcohol is familiar. So don't beat yourself up when you crave or want alcohol, even though you don't want it. It's your brain. It's your brain wired for that reward that it's gotten. But here's the deal. Our brain remembers the relief more than it does the regret. Okay, that is a huge, huge thing, because your brain is wired for reward, right? It wants to be rewarded. And every time you've had a drink and felt like your shoulders go down, or that kind of euphoric, blissful feeling of a buzz, that's why people drink, right? We feel that, and then we remember that. Okay, our brain is like, bookmark that, would you? Put a bookmark there, because that was really great. But here's the deal. It's not really great, because it ends up taking from you, not only for hours, but for days afterwards. Even one drink, much less a drinking session where you're having 2, 3, 4 drinks, opening a bottle and then opening another, losing count. That's when your brain is like, it is on autopilot, right? And it's actually the alcohol itself that's now in control. Your brain has literally been hijacked by alcohol. So it's important to know that your brain believes something helps. So it will keep bringing it up. Like alcohol helped me. It helped me unwind. It helped me be social. It told me I was a better dancer. We've all seen the video. So our brain, it's trying to pull up what it remembers. It remembers the relief more than it remembers the regret. I've read so many great books in the quit lit world. That's quit lit, quitting literature about drinking. My friend William Porter wrote another excellent book. It's in my book recommendations. Not only have I written a book, I've read a lot of books about drinking and you're thinking about drinking and your beliefs and all the things. And one of the things that William talks about is you don't often associate anxiety or hangxiety with the actual drink itself. We just think, oh, I'm just an anxious person. I mean, which came first, right? The chicken or the egg? And so what he says a lot of times is we have this euphoric buzz or this relief or this connection to the reward. And then it ends up costing us our good night's sleep, our health, our memory, all these things. And we actually have increased cortisol, increased stress, more anxiety. And we don't tend to attach the two. We're like, well, the drinking was fun. Now I'm stuck with all these negatives. I guess I need another drink to make them go away. Crazy, isn't it? Yeah, it is, but you're not. You're not crazy. That's crazy. And if you can call it out as that's crazy, you're not crazy, I think you're doing really well. Last point I want to make is why our brain won't let it go. Your brain is trying to solve for relief. Your brain remembers the relief more than the regret. So again, if you can keep that in mind, we use a lot of tools here in our tribe. Earlier at the beginning of this workshop, I talked about how back when I was drinking, I literally looked at alcohol as a tool to take my anxiety away, help me connect better with my husband, make me more social. I looked at alcohol as a highly valued tool, but it was a tool that actually took from me. It didn't aid me. It didn't help me. So I want to talk to you in this last point with good news, okay? Because we've definitely identified the challenge. We have definitely identified the problem. That it's not really a drinking problem. Yes, I had an unhealthy relationship with alcohol, but I really had a thinking problem more than a drinking problem. In fact, it was my thinking about the drinking that was more exhausting than actually drinking itself.